I've never really read a book that's, in my opinion, met how to deal with drawdown appropriately. Not to the degree like I'm talking about here. I can talk about this topic a lot because as a young man, I did my ass in a lot with dumb shit. Like, I'm not making this stuff up as I'm going along. I went through it. I know what it's like to feel like you're doing the right things, and know now, looking back, every aspect of those things I was doing, feeling like I was doing the right thing, hoping to fix the situation, the drawdown, or getting right back in real quick just because I had the money, the refund another account. That was the worst thing to do. How can you apply that today? If you had a funded account challenge and you passed it and you're funded, right? Or you open up an account and you're trading with real money. You made that decision on your own. I never tell you to do that. When do you know? When do you know when to make that transition? When you're bored with being consistent in your demo and you don't have any emotion at all. You don't care when you're right. You don't care when you got it wrong. That's the right mindset. That's the time when people should consider it, but not before. If you're antsy, excited about the win being right all the time, you're not ready because you're bringing emotion into the monetary transaction of real fund trading. And you're going to be constantly concerned about the outcome on a scorecard or report card basis, profitable or not profitable. And if you're thinking like that, you're not thinking about following the model and the rule of being in that trade for the reasons you're supposed to be in that trade. You're looking at the profit and loss ticking up and down, watching the trade. Let me ask you this. When you put a trade on, how often does your eye go to what the profit and loss amount is? For some of you, if you're thinking to yourself, I'm always watching that shit, you're not ready to be trading with real money because your focus is on that, not watching price. Is price constantly giving you feedback in its delivery? Are you on side? Are you off side? If you're watching the up and down movements of the ticker that tells you what you're making or losing while you're in the trade, you're distracted. I only have that up there so you can see it, that it was a button being pushed. When I trade, I don't have that up there. I don't give a fuck about that. I'm watching price. Is price going to my targets? Is price respecting the most recent 3 PD arrays that I want to see being supportive of price, whether the price is going higher or lower? I'm watching that shit. That's what matters to me. Because if I'm not paying attention to that, I'm not going to notice when it's telling me it's no longer a good trade. So either kill it or take something off. Remove risk. Compare and contrast that, knowing what you know about yourself and your attention span. If you're watching profit tick up and down, like, the game. When I was younger, I wanted to see, okay, all right, $200 more, it'll be $1,000. Okay. And you start talking to it. All right, come on, $1,000. Come on, baby, $1,000. Woo! $1,000. I promise. If it goes to $1,000, I'm going to get out. Please just give me $1,000. Please just give me $1,000. Now it's drawing down. It's down. It's only up $500. You were up $750, but you were wanting $1,000. Please just. All right, just get back to $750. Fuck it. I don't need $1,000. Just give me $750. I promise. If you just give me that, I'll get out. I swear to God Almighty. Just give me that. I'll get out. Now you're only up $250. What the fuck's going on? Where's my $1,000? Why can't I get $750? Fuck it. If it goes to $500, I'm getting out. Fuck this. It's a drawdown. Fuck this. Nobody knows how to make money. This is bullshit. This fucking broker did it to me again. There you go. That's it. That's retail 101. That happens because you're watching that ticker that shows you the profit and loss. The whole time, the chart's telling you, you're on the wrong side now. Hello? This open, high, low, and close bar here is telling you you're on the wrong side. It's in your face like a neon sign, but you're not seeing it because you're watching the money. Everybody falls victim to that. Everybody does. There's never been a trader that's come into this industry that never had that happen to them. They have had that happen. And sometimes the break-even traders that can't be profitable, the number one rule that helps them get past that, just always break even, is stop worrying about the money. Do not have that shit on your chart. Because if you're focusing on the money, you can't look at price. You set all these little milestones, little goals for yourself. You have a trade. You have a limit order that it's supposed to trade to. And all of a sudden you start worrying about a specific dollar amount because you can't stand to be in the trade. You're not submitting to the limit order being reached or the target being reached. You start looking at the profit and thinking to yourself, I ain't had a win in a while. I gotta go on social media and show somebody something. Shit, I gotta get that $1,000. $1,000, that's it's a band. I gotta share that publicly. I don't need to get that $3,000 I'm really supposed to be holding for. And I can't really hold it because I'm impatient as fuck. So let me get that $1,000. And you enter that same situation I had as a young man with copper. You want that target. There's no reason for that actually happening now because the chart has changed direction. Price is going to go the other way. But damn it, this is your target. You're supposed to trade your plan and plan your trade, right? Okay, you're in the trade. You have a higher target. Your limit order is waiting if it goes up there to get you out. But notice what's happening here. You've allowed the concerns about money to hide what price is telling you. And now you're submitting to the fact that you don't have patience. That's a good thing. If you know that you can't hold on to the trade, kill it, because if you stay in it, you may experience that turnaround. If you know that you are not capable of sticking to that trade idea and it's now making you physically uncomfortable where you can't cope, it's not weakness to get out of that. You condition yourself to get out of it, and if it goes there, then you encourage yourself by saying, "Okay, see, if I would have stayed with it, it would have did that." But you didn't make the money, ICT. So that's fucking stupid, dude. You're acting like you go out there on your first run and getting all these targets, no partials. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry, but that's dumb. You have to grow. You have to progress incrementally, and nobody walks out there doing full pulls. I don't give a fuck who you are, who'd you learn from. I'm the best, and my students don't go out there like that. I teach them partials. They got to get their little cookies along the way, and it grows over time their confidence. But when you feel that temptation to just bail on the trade, even when you're in profit, because you can't stand it, you just can't stand it. You don't know what's going to happen. You've lost the plot. You're no longer submitting to the trade idea. So you're in there doing what? Gambling, hoping and praying. Now you're a religious trader. Please let it get there. Who are you talking to? When you're talking to your monitor, who the fuck are you talking to? I don't know who I was talking to, but we're doing it, right? Please just let it get to 1,000. If it gets to 1,000, that'll be enough for me. You know damn well, if it goes to 1,000, you're going to think, shit, it might go to 1,200. But if I get out of 1,200, what if it went to $1,500? And then you're playing a game. Like you're fucking around. And some of you might be laughing your ass off right now because you've been there before, but it really shouldn't be funny. You should identify that moment where you have lost the plot of the trade. And as soon as you start thinking, I needed to do this, I needed to do this, you don't need shit but to get out of the trade. That's what you need to do. Because now you're on a hope and prayer. And hope and prayer, in that setting right there, your prayers are being answered. The price is telling you it's about to go the other direction. And you're not seeing it because you're looking at that profit ticker, the up and down fluctuation of your profitability, hoping that it gets to some random fucking number that has absolutely no reason for price that really reached there. But that's because that's what you want. That's your trophy. That's your cookie. You're reaching into the jar. You're constantly digging down in there, feeling for that last cookie. You want that last one, but it's not there. Carl's been there the fucking day before and got that last motherfucker. Sorry. Day late and a cookie short. Your $1,000 profit ain't getting delivered to you. And then what happens? It moves down a little bit. and you lower it. Okay, okay. I ain't gonna get a full cookie, but there might be a half of that cookie left. You know what it's like when you get in the cookie jar, some of them break. Well, there ain't none left really, but let me just feel if there's any crumbs down there that I can put together and get some kind of a shit out of it. So you start making deals with yourself. Like, if it goes to 750, I'll get out. I promise. Who are you promising? Who are you talking to? You're talking out your ass. Because you're not going to do that if it does it. So why are you doing it? You're pantomiming. You're talking out your ass. You're trying to pretend you have, well, the capability to follow through with a rule when you've already shown that you don't have that already. And you are doing what? You're speaking to a fucking computer screen that cannot hear you. It's not going to reason with you. Price is not going to say, well, you know what? I have been an asshole to you recently, and I've caused a lot of trades not to pay in your favor. So listen, pal, it's no hard feelings. It's nothing personal. I'm going to give you something today. I'll throw you a bone. Here's $1,000. Let's get out your target. It ain't fucking happening like that. So why are you even going through the motions of doing this shit? Talking to the screen. Come on, please. Do this. Get the fuck out of here. You have lost the plot. Now, I have done many times, teasingly, either in my recording, sometimes I'll type out, it's teasing me, it won't go down there. And all of a sudden it goes right to my target and then fills me. That's not what I'm saying here. What I'm saying, I know where it's going. It's clearly being illustrated in the chart. I'm not on there saying, please, let this do. I know where it's reaching for. But you as a new student, new trader, you're going to be in a setting where you're in a trade. And it's going to be impossible for you to hold on to it. And I don't know really what goes on that creates that condition. I think it's just a matter of lack of experience, not knowing what you're looking for. And usually that creeps into your trading after you had a series of losing trades. So finally, when you get into something and you're impatient because you want that trade to run real quick to your target, and it might not be doing that. And it might be showing you it's actually reversing, but you don't have that perception or skill set because, number one, you're probably in drawdown and everything you're looking at through price is distorted. So you're really not seeing things clearly. So the only thing that's clear to you is you want $1,000 out of that trade. And it's getting real close to flashing on it in your screen saying $1,000. But what you're saying is you're trying to fucking play a video game where you're going to try to time exiting when it gets to $1,000 because it might flash there 1,000 one time and you didn't get off there. It could go there, flash one time and never be there. And then you're frustrated. So really what you're doing is you're lying to yourself. You're lying to yourself. You're pantomiming like you know what you're doing. And you're trying to convince yourself with every ounce of your being because you're talking to yourself. You're literally out of your fucking mind. You're talking to yourself and a computer screen that has no ability to understand or even reason with you. Think about that. It's fucking madness, right? But that's what you're doing. You're doing that. You're fucking talking to an inanimate object, your screen. And you're hoping and praying that it will listen to you. You're praying that open, high, low, and closed bar is going to favor you and give you what you want. If you are talking to the marketplace like that, and you're literally praying that it does that, you've lost the plot. You have literally lost control of yourself. And the best thing to do is collapse the trade. That's the best thing. And yes, sometimes it'll run and go to your target. But guess what? You were already indicating that you were not willing to stay patient long enough for that to happen. So what are you learning by staying in that environment where you can't submit to it? And now you're begging and praying to the God of your screen to answer your prayer and give you $1,000 win or whatever that target would be. Think about it. Staying in that environment is not teaching you anything. It's furthering this pursuit of things that are external instead of internal. You're seeing your body, your mind, give you indications that you are now in a position that's uncomfortable. Is there something wrong with you getting out when it was at 750? Because you don't think that it's going to go ultimately to your target and you don't have the patience to hold on to it. What's wrong with that idea, just collapsing the trade? Nothing. It's the same thing with a partial. They fucking pay every time, 100% of the time. They never fail. So when somebody comes behind this message that I'm giving you today, with no proof they fucking trade profitably, they can't call shit, they ain't done shit, but they're going to say, this is stupid, ICT said this dumb shit, blah, 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 blah. Counter it with you doing it live. How's that work for you? Okay, there's your challenge. Everybody's got talking shit about there, talking about me and my concepts. Go out there and start doing it better. I'll watch your live stream, and if you're good, I'll say so, and I'll bring people to your fucking shit. But if you're talking out your ass and you ain't got nothing, bringing nothing to it, your opinion is moot. It's nothing. It's shit, garbage. So when I'm telling you that you are wrestling now, and you don't know what you're going to submit to anymore, and now you just pull it out of your ass, well, I hope it flashes up this much money in my profit. If it does, I'll get out. That right there indicates to you, if you're thinking it and if you start talking it, you have lost control. That is the last sign that you are now mad. That's the confirmation that you're out of your fucking mind because you're literally talking out loud, praying for something that you have no control over. And it's less than what you started to trade with. It's less than the target that started this whole idea of you bidding in the marketplace. So if you're now in this position where you're begging for the market to give that to you, and it starts moving away and you feel the impulse to lower it, okay, now just give me this. Fuck that. Get out. Just get out of that. And treat it like it's a partial and the balance just got stopped out at break even. That's how you wrestle with that. And you cancel it. You don't have any room for negative thinking about it. You don't beat yourself up about it. It is what it is. What did you do wrong? You fucking made money. You made money. You didn't get your $1,000. You made $750. Fuck it. $750 is better than not having $750. It's better than losing $750. Everything's about perception and how you think about it. And the books and the bullshit you listen to these people out there, they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. And that stupid logic they give you, you shouldn't take partials. You shouldn't pay yourself. That's what the fuck they're saying. Run the risk with your low probability bullshit of not getting your targets filled. It's all or nothing. Partials are stupid. That's someone telling you don't make money, and making money is dumb. That's the equivalent to that. You want to listen to that shit? Man, get the hell out of here. I ain't got time for that. That's some Mickey Mouse fucking logic right there. Don't take profits. Taking profits is stupid. The profits that are 100% payable all the time, they never fail to make its way into your bottom line on your statements. Okay. Next. Turn the channel if someone's talking like that. You're here learning how to read price. Why? Because you want to make fucking money. When the market offers that opportunity for you to take money out of it, you take it. Especially when you're inexperienced. Because you might just be in a run that's short-lived, and what you think is a target may not really pan out. And you can't just take, in the beginning, every trade and run with it until the brakes fall off it. You have to look at things objectively. Be reasonable with yourself. Acknowledge the fact that you're inexperienced. And hey, you know what? I may be fucking completely wrong about where this market's going to go. But guess what? It's offered me 10 handles. It's offered me 5 handles. I might be looking for 30. But let me take something at 5. Let me take something at 10. But you'll never be able to get that high multiple R payout, ICT, by doing that. In the beginning, you won't fucking be able to have that wherewithal to hold for it. So you grow in your knowledge and your experience getting to that level of trade. I have trades that I put on all the time, and I have a best case limit order. My students know this about me. I'm not always suggesting that this is exactly where the market's going to go. When there's an opportunity for it to go beyond what I think is reasonable, I put my limit order there, because sometimes you get these wild, crazy runs, and it's just nice to be able to catch that tiger by the tail. If you don't have your limit order there and it goes there, you can't make money with that. So I know that sometimes in my trades, I will be just outside of the range that's reasonable. But I'm taking partials along the way to prove to you that it's going in the right direction, and I don't need to see my full terminus target reached. And what am I teaching you? How to get paid, and you don't need to be right.